Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Behind Closed Doors. If this is your first time of watching this show, what we do is we look at what happens behind closed doors, especially in the political arena. What exchanges ends? What are the permutations? What are the permutations in politics? These are all the discussions we have right here with, of course, guests on the show. For this edition, we'll be focusing on people who have spent their careers holding power accountable. They have gone, they have gone beyond what they should to ensure that the society gets what they should get. They mirror the society. They inform the public and they steer discuss public conversation. Now, the problem is most of these people are not considered viable for political positions, elective political positions. Yes, you see them go for appointments, but when it comes to elections, being elected into office, the same society they represent, the same society they mirror, tell them they are not good enough, tell them they do not have the money, tell them they do not have the political might. On the show today, I am joined by a gentleman of the press who has spent most of his years as a journalist speaking for people. You can describe him as a grassroots developer, a social advocate, one who is so concerned about the grassroots. I have with me Faysol Oluwakemi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you on the show.
Yes,
And I'm sure you listened to my introduction earlier on. On the show, we are both journalists.
of course.
We are both,
Coincidentally.
if we were lawyers, we would say my learned colleague.
Leonard colleague, yeah.
We're both gentlemen of the press,
Of course.
and we know what we put in to ensure that we have the story. Let me just come straight up because this is just a discussion. When journalists have that intention to be politicians and the society that they've over the years represented, defended, mirrored, says you are not good enough. Why do you think most of the time the people are against journalists going into politics?
Or a big question you asked there. It's in many ways.
Okay.
As a journalist, you are also entitled to contest for any position because in as much you have the qualification, you have the intellectual ability, you also have the right as a citizen of the country.
Yeah.
You also have the right to contest for any position whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, there are some journalists that when they are growing up in their career, they already picture themselves as something. As they are advancing in their career, maybe through anything could have happened,
Yeah.
anything could happen, they tend to deviate from what the masses or the people know them for. So that is why you now see when some journalists say they want to do something that has to do with politics, people will start to castigate them. No, you can't do this, you can't do that. Because some journalists will tell you that never in their life they will have anything to do with politics. Then, not knowing the future.
Yeah.
So, and when they're now, faced with the reality of things, I think this thing I've said, I don't think it's going to happen.
You eat your words.
But many of them would not know that they've said something of such in the past.
Yeah.
And our people, they keep records.
Yeah.
Anything you say, they will keep it for you. And when it's time to bring it back, they'll just play the record for you. So some journalists like that, in the process of trying to, be a voice for the people, try to be a pro-masses journalist. Let me use that word. Try to attack the government that is not doing right, trying to, do some things to oppose a government or an administration. In that process, they've also promise their masses. They might also promise their masses, their fans, or their the people they are leading or voicing for, speaking for, that I won't stay close to this, I won't stay close to that. And maybe they now have the opportunity to wine and dine with
the politicians.
Yeah. Maybe through an appointment, through contract, through anything.
Yeah.
They'll be like, come on, I think I have to. This thing is not easy. Yeah. But me, I always advocate to fellow journalists that don't assume you won't be something. Yes. Table can turn.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to tread softly. Don't say that you can never, No, you never can tell.
Never say never. They say that, yeah.
Exactly. Never say never. So anything can happen. So people that they've already mirrored themselves or brand themselves as anti-politician or anti-politics, that they don't want to have anything to do with participating in politics, while they were growing, maybe in their humble beginning. Let me use that word. In their humble beginning. And when the table turns, they are like, okay, I think I have to do this. People will be like, don't go there. Stay glued to what we known you for. So, but in my own opinion, nobody can say a journalist is not qualified to contest or to do anything or to go into politics. It depends on individual opinion and individual intention. What I love, what I want to do. Why am I doing this? That should be the question. Why? The question should be, why are you going into the politics? Why do you want to do this? I think that answers that.
Okay. I just wanted to throw that to you. And you've answered quite well, because for me, just like you said, you cannot never say never.
Yeah.
And as a journalist, you also have the right to contest. There's nowhere in the Constitution that says a gentleman of the press cannot contest.
Yes.
Of course. Well,
like you too.
I can contest.
Of course you can.
Really?
You can be the next governor of Edo State.
Okay.
You have the qualification.
Okay.
You have overqualified.
Okay. I'll put that to test. So let's talk about you as a journalist. Yeah. For you as a journalist, you see what happens in the society. And I'm sure at one point in your life, you've been able to cover political events. You've been able to dine with politicians. Not dine and wine the way people would see it.
So that is what I'm about to ask.
Yes, calm down. But you've been able to interact with these politicians and you've been able to see for yourself. I have someone that usually says that there are so many things that the journalists know about politics, about politicians, that they would not open their mouths to talk about, for so many reasons. Sometimes personal, sometimes for safety, sometimes it might just be, they not trying to cover up their sources and all of that. But for you as a journalist, you have been in this game for over a decade now, and you have seen things, especially in the society. Do you feel the journalist has what it takes to turn things around with the information that they have, the ample information that they have about politics, about different politicians, about what the society needs? Do you think they really have what it takes to turn things around in any society if they go for elective positions?
All right. I love that question, and I'll start from this angle. Why is it that whenever a politician wants to go for any position, any elective position, they need a journalist? They need a journalist to build their image. They need a journalist to build their PR. They need a journalist to write good things about them.
Yeah.
In short, they need a journalist to brand them. Now, many journalists, journalists generally, what we do is image making. One. Also, as a journalist, one of the responsibility of a journalist is to provide information. And as a professional journalist, you should provide an information that is well verified.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So to tell you that every politician needs a journalist for everything they want to do. Now back to your question. Journalists, we have access to information.
Yeah.
That is our strength.
Sure.
And they say information is power, information is key. Just like this is our friend Lai Wasabi. Info of info.
Oh, sure.
That means if you have information,
Yeah.
you have access to a lot of things. As we are here now, there's some classified information that I have, you have as a journalist, but that mama that is selling pepper, even that politician doesn't have that information because we're journalists. So as a journalist, we have all it takes to be to do the needful to the society, because one, we are closer to them. If anybody want to reach out to the government, they either call a journalist who works in a radio station or a TV station or a print media that, please, we want you to write this about what we are facing, what we are encountering in our community. Because they know that we are the one that can, blow the trumpet to the
Heroes of the ordinary man out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that shows that journalists are closer
To the people.
to the people. And for you to excel as an administrator, because I see anybody, in any political position as an administrator, for you to excel as an administrator, you need to be closer to the people. People you are governing, people you are representing. So for the fact that somebody is a journalist, that doesn't stop him or her not to be a ruler, a governor, a president, or a representative of any community, because we have all the experience. How do we deal with people? One of the challenging profession in this world is journalism. Okay, you are in between. You have an information and you are like, how will you relay this information to people? And you have to be conscious of, they must not misquote you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That pressure, they must not misquote you. You must not say what will affect the peace of the society, and a whole lot of things. There's many times that we as a journalist, you invite a politician to come and talk on radio. And because the politician doesn't know the rules guiding broadcasting, they can say anything. But you as a journalist, you always be conscious of what he or she will say that won't cause problem.
Okay, Faysol, let me come in there, because I feel you're deviating from my question a bit, so I would like to bring you back on track.
Okay.
And that is, do you think journalists, they have what it takes to turn the society around for good if they are put in an elective position? I am saying that because, we have quite a number of journalists in appointive positions that were given appointments as probably commissioner, minister, and what have you. And sometimes, personally, I listen to some of these people talk, especially when they want to defend their paymaster. I see how they talk, and I'm like, no, this person is not talking like a gentleman of the press. This person is taking it too far. I've seen quite a number of people who had background in journalism put out fake news out there, put out hate speech on their different social media platforms just because they want to curry the favor of their masters.
To please their master.
Yeah, to please their masters. Now, this is someone in an appointed position. Now, look at if that kind of a person gets into being elected into a political position.
Okay, the answer is yes, journalists can turn things around positively. But it now depends on individual mindset. We all have different mindset. There's some people, their mindset is to develop their community.
Yeah.
Do you understand? While some, they don't even have like a goal in their career. Okay, this journalism I'm doing, what do I want to do with it? Okay, what if? Some people don't even know what if to do things positively. And the people that you say they are supporting their paymaster or whatever, some politicians, it takes a journalist with sincere mind to tell a politician bitter truth. Yeah, because many politicians, they love to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if a journalist is now trying to, package something that is not
Good enough.
good enough,
Yeah.
it's so disappointing. But as a journalist, the word journalism, taught us to be factual, even if you see this thing is black, we should say it is black. If it is white, we say it is white. That brings the credibility of that journalist. Do you understand? But some people, I said earlier, there are some journalists that right from time, they don't have I want to use a word. They don't have their stand on anything. Okay, if I should do this, this is my stand, and I won't compromise.
They don't uphold the ethics of journalism.
Yes. So some people compromise when they see maybe big money or big contract or big things or big that. That is their own. It's all about individual mindset. Do you understand? Like I said, never say never. You can't. I can't. I hate to say that. I can never be in this position, because you never can tell. Temptation can be so can be so funny. But I always tell people that in anything you do, think twice before you take the decision. Okay, this thing I'm doing, is it gonna favor my people? Is it gonna be harmful to the society? Hope I'm not being selfish with it. So all these people that you mentioned earlier, they know what they are doing, but that doesn't describe what journalism or journalists are. So we need to clear that. It's individual. You can go to school and study anything. It now depends on you on how you make use of what you study. Do you get my point?
Yeah, I got you.
Some people go to school to study computer. Some are using it at cyber security, some are using it at other thing. It depends on you. So we can't say that because somebody is doing Yahoo, everybody that studies computer science in school, they are all Yahoo boy. No, it's individual mindset.
All right, amazing. Well, you're being diplomatic anyways. You're being diplomatic.
Really?
Yes, you're being diplomatic.
I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. And it's quite instructive to know that most of the time the politicians make use of journalists for their bad assignments. You made mention of journalists that are image makers. Sometimes the politicians also still make the journalists as image breakers for their opponents. That's where you see a lot of times journalists get brown envelopes to turn white. You mentioned if you see white, you say it's white. If you see black, you say. Sometimes they get those brown envelopes to turn white to black. You enter a place, you see black, and the person saying that, write something good about this thing. And you would go with your pen and your paper, and you see something terrible, and you're going to write the best things out of it because you have people that believe what you say. Now, this brings me to my next. Let's get factual here. Yeah, because why we're having this conversation is because lately, especially in Oyo State, there is a particular news running around about a popular journalist wanting to go into active politics, and for quite some time, this journalist is one person that has got name. He has the name.
Who?
He has the fame. He has the people.
Okay.
He has his audience that listens to him. Even beyond Oyo State. You know, he is focused more on human angle stories and
Okay.
all of that. And recently, we were hearing the popular phrase "Oyonkpeo," 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 and you know, quite a number of people were saying that it's this journalist. Let me just mention his name, because he's a senior colleague.
Okay.
You know, Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat.
Okay.
And I remember watching a video where his fans or his audience, one of his scholars called and said, Dr. Hamzat, don't listen to what these people are saying. No. Don't go for any elective position because you cannot win. They are just deceiving you. Just be doing what you're doing. We love what you're doing. So just stay there, do the Lord's work. You don't have to go into active politics. And I remember what in that video, he flared up. He was angry that, why do you people take journalists less? I have every right to contest if I want to contest. So why is it that the moment you people are hearing, or you people heard that I want to go into active politics, everyone is saying, oh, why does he want to go into politics? Oh, that's why he's doing what he's been doing for years. Oh, he has been paid by so and so. Oh, I mean, why do people feel betrayed when journalists say, I want to go into active politics, especially by their own audience? They feel betrayed. They say, you have been the one upholding public trust. You have been the one mirroring the society. Now you want to dine and wine with these devils that you've been fighting against. How do you want to, stay true to your calling as a journalist if you go into politics? So why do people generally feel betrayed when a journalist says, I want to transition from journalism to politics?
All right, thank you. I said earlier that every journalist, they have the right to do politics. And I don't like to hear when people try to say, no, don't do this, don't do that. No, he has the right to be the president of this country. But the thing is, I said earlier that as a journalist, you are closer to people.
Yeah.
And the person said, you want to deviate from your calling. Go into politics. Now, depending on the kind of politics you want to play.
Yeah.
It's also fighting for people.
But you will still have to dine with those people you have fought against, because you are not creating a new party.
Now, let me tell you something. Politics is changing year by year in this country.
Okay.
Initially, there used to be vote buying, very rampant.
Yeah.
But now, people are already wising up. They will even collect the money, but they vote for who they want to vote for. That shows that politics is growing. Now, we now have institutionalized politics, such that people want impact. Years of, let's give them rice, let's give them this. It's still happening. Some people still need it.
Yeah.
But it's not really the focus now.
Yeah, it has reduced. Yeah.
Do you understand? It's not really the focus now. If he is destined to be the governor, he will. But for people to not be saying that because he has been known for something, that doesn't mean that that doesn't imply that he shouldn't go for. No. What he's doing could be his passion. Could be his passion. And passion is different from ambition.
Okay.
Yes.
Passion
is different from ambition. Yes. Okay. So somebody might be passionate to be giving people, to be helping people. Yeah. That is his our passion. But if you have the ambition to be something, for the fact that you are being known with that passion doesn't stop you from,
going after
your ambition. Yeah, it doesn't stop him or her. It doesn't stop you. So, what if all these people that are saying, I want to check in before, no, you never can tell. There are some people that they are die-hard fan of him.
Okay.
Those people would support him, they will campaign for him. And he's not saying that those fan base are the only people that will vote.
For him.
So for the fact that, and me, I tell people, there are times that you might want to even test your popularity. Okay.
And that should be at the polls. If you want to test it, it should be at, contesting for governor.
No. You can give it a try. Okay, I want to do this. Psychologists will do some things that, okay, let's just run a study on something.
Okay.
Let's see people's opinion on this. I'm not saying that is what he's doing.
Okay.
But I'm just talking generally. Do you understand? But for people now saying that he can't or he shouldn't, no. I'll repeat again. Passion is different from ambition. If somebody has a passion for something, it's different from their ambition. But for everybody in that, before somebody will now come out to declare his or her intention to do something. But if I'm not mistaken, I've never seen a video where he declares that he wants to. I might be wrong.
What's now the young boy? I mean,
or you can call anybody now.
But I've seen his silhouette I've seen silhouettes that looks like him on different billboards.
Okay.
And people are like, we say, we are journalists, Faysol.
Okay, now.
We are journalists.
And that's what I'm hearing.
So,
I'm hearing from you.
There are still you still do some hypotheses and say, okay, we'll this, and that. And he has not denied either.
Yes.
He has not confirmed and he has not denied. So,
it could be his own strategy.
Okay.
Yes.
But do you think he has what it takes to be governor?
Having what it takes in what aspect?
In every aspect. Do you think he has the political might? Because your journalistic might is different from political might.
Maybe.
So do you think he has the political might to withstand the big wigs in the state?
And who are the big wigs?
You know them. I should not start mentioning them.
Okay. You see, let me travel back to to Governor Seyi Makinde.
Yeah.
Seyi Makinde just came on board and said he wants to be the governor. And he kept on pursuing that ambition.
Yeah.
Until God said, yes, it's time for you to be the governor. So, an engineer becoming a governor. So, is he also not thinking of the big wigs? Do you get my point?
Yeah.
So, see, I can never discourage anybody to be anything. Because before you can decide to do something, that means you might have, have some thinking, internal thinking. I think I can do this. And if you think you can do it, because it's a personal thing.
Yeah, it is.
For him not to start from other position, he knows what he's doing and he knows what he wants. Do you understand my point? So for him to say, okay, that is where I want to start from in politics, he might have his own reason. But what I'll keep on saying is that nobody should say journalists should not go into politics. Journalists should not do this. Journalists cannot do that. Journalists can do it. It's now about mindset.
All right.
Because there are some journalists. Don't let me talk.
No, that's why you're here now, Faysol. You're here to talk.
Because there are some journalists.
Yeah.
I said earlier, everything is all about your mind, what you want, what you want to do. And it shows from, when you are given small position to undo. The way you undo that little position or little opportunity that has to do with public office or leading people tells how you are going to be when you get to that higher position.
Okay.
That is just it.
Amazing. You've been hammering on passion is different from ambition. Passion is different from ambition.
Yes.
And that brings me to the question. I know you're passionate about grassroots development. You have 2 or 3 NGOs that you cater for rural health. I know of the Get Healthy Africa initiative.
Yep.
I know of the FOCAF, Faysol Oluwakemi.
Oluwakemi annual lecture.
Yeah, you do that.
Faysol Oluwakemi grassroots development
Yeah,
initiative.
so I've known you for as a grassroots developer for years, but that might be your passion, And
it's
also,
obviously my passion, and you know that.
yeah, it's your passion, and also being behind the mic in the radio station
It's also my
is
passion.
also your passion.
Yes.
Being in the news room is your passion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that you're also considering transitioning into nation building? From the news desk to nation building, from writing about the news to being the news. I want to get that straight because
Okay.
Everything you've been saying today, they have been valid, but I just want to is there a point you reach in your life where you'd also want to take up a political position, elective political position?
Well, anything can happen, but you talk about nation building.
Yeah.
I'm already building nation in my own little way.
Okay.
With all the activities I've been doing, the annual health lecture, the grassroots development project here and there, impacting people through my programs and all, it's also part of nation building.
Yeah, true.
It now depends on how it's my own quota. The aspect of politics, we are all politicians.
Okay.
Yeah. So we never can tell. Anything can happen.
When you say anything can happen, are you saying that I can go into politics?
Like what?
That you would go into politics soon?
I'm qualified.
So would you go into politics?
Anything can happen. If God said yes. We are already into politics. Yes, as you are, we are all partisan.
Am I? I don't know if I'm partisan.
Of course you are. You.
My loyalty is to the people, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. That is the partisanship. My loyalty is to people too.
Okay.
My grassroots.
Okay.
My people. That is what we're saying. So if you are a person that you are people-oriented or people-centered personality, and, from all my profile, all I've been doing, the passion I have, they are people-centered passion, people's development, grassroots development, youth development. Because they are my people. So if anything happens later in the future, they're still my people.
Because, a lot of people will say that, let me go Yoruba because we're in your state here.
Okay.
I'll translate, I'll interpret to English. They'll say, that is, we do something because of another thing. And quite a number of people know how politicians move. They say, when these people want to get into politics, they know that it is the people at the grassroots. That's where you should take your focus to. All those professors, all those people that do banters on social media, those people, they don't vote. They don't go out to vote.
Yeah.
But you see the Yaloja, the Baba Eleron, the meat seller, those are the ones, the core people that you should get. And you now having you have NGOs focusing on grassroots. I mean, I'm just using my journalistic mind to add two and two together.
So I'll now ask you, from your own profile and your findings, for how long have you been doing that?
For years now.
Like how many years now?
10. I know a decade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if you now, go back to a decade, can you just quantify how much I might have been spending for over a decade? If truly, just like you said, as some politicians, the way they want to do things, if politicians, like the politicians, like say we are all politicians, but the Shagamaje politicians, just like you said, it is when they want to do something, that is when they will try to do some stuff that you said. But as for me, it's what I've been doing for years, even before understanding politics. So I can now say, because maybe I want to contest in 2027, I've now been doing my project of focus since 2015. So I didn't even come out in 2015, come out in 2019, come out in 2023. Just look at that.
Let me be straight with you.
It's
Faisal.
passion.
Yes, we talked about passion, and I've also acknowledged the fact that it's passion.
Yeah.
Do you have any political ambition?
Maybe I do.
Maybe I have. I do. I mean, let's
Yes.
just be straight here. You said you are qualified to vie for any position.
Yeah.
So there's no need standing behind a finger.
Okay, like,
Do you have any political ambition?
well, as a nation builder, we all want to be impactful in any level of government.
Faisal, speak for yourself. Stop. I know you're a journalist and you're using this journalistic mind for me, words for me. Do you have a political ambition, Faisal?
Okay, even if I have a political ambition, it's people-centered. And political ambition to me, it's not by do or die thing. We all have ambition to impact. Anything that I'm going to do, even if God says I'm going to be in politics, to be active in politics, or to have any intention to run for any office, it's people-centered. So I can't say for now that maybe I have a political ambition or not.
Because I'm saying all that because, I mean, a little bird somewhere told me that you may be, coming out soonest for something. And I thought, since you're here, let me just ask you directly. Well, you're trying to be diplomatic about
coming
it.
out for what? Coming out is, I've been out already. I have my people. I relate with my people in my hood. Let me use that word.
What local government is that?
My local government.
Yeah.
Local government of Indigene.
I mean, the people you say you relate with in your hood.
I relate with everybody in my area, in my resident, but they say Ile Lati Keshorode.
Okay.
My grassroots, where our compound is, Ojaba.
Ojaba, that's at, is it Akinyele?
No, that is not Akinyele.
That's where?
You should know now. You know where Ojaba is.
Southwest?
Is it in Southwest?
Faisal, don't play mind games with me.
Is it in Southwest?
No, where is Ojaba?
No, I'm asking you.
My knowledge of Ibadan is a bit rusty,
Okay.
We at the IJGBs, we just came back, so.
Okay, but you know Southwest, right?
Yes.
So what are the areas on the Southwest?
I know the Tush parts. I don't
Where
know
are the Tush part?
The Oluyole area, access.
And what?
Is it the Ring Road now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and where again?
Faisal, I'm the one doing the questions here.
Of course, that's what I'm asking you. You say you don't know, then I would like to let you know. I want to, tutor you on some of
Where
these
is your hood, Faisal?
My hood, my compound is at Ojaba.
Okay. I'll take that to mean that there might be a little bit of truth in what I heard.
What did you
But
hear?
fingers are crossed. What I heard is that, Faisal, you want to go into active politics. You're going into active politics.
Well, I can never drop broadcasting or journalism.
So can you do the two together?
Why not?
So how do you stay true to the people and also, be partisan?
And
because if you're going into politics, you go through a vehicle, through a political platform. So let's say you want to choose the ADA. Now, I mean, for example, let's say, you want to choose ADA, and there are some things in that political party that is not going well. Would you, as a journalist, call your party out?
Okay, the moment, as a journalist, the moment you declare your intention that you are running for an office, you are already partisan.
True.
Do you understand? So, as a journalist, even if you can't do a kind of opposition writing, as a journalist, you can correct what is wrong, even in your house, in your office, in your party, or anywhere you are. That answers that.
Well, the people won't see it that way anyways.
Well, you can let people see it that way.
There are quite a number of journalists.
Well, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm qualified to contest for any political
You've
office?
just mentioned it that, anybody's...
No, I'm asking you.
Are you over 18?
Of course I am.
You're over 18.
Yes.
What is the other criteria? You went to school. You have SSC,
Of
right?
course.
You have
Yes.
SSC.
Yes.
So what else? You belong if you join a political party if you want. You pay your dues and all of that, and you can contest.
So you're also saying that I'm qualified to contest, right?
Of course, you're qualified to contest.
So if you see me contesting, how will you feel?
When we'll get to that bridge,
No,
we'll
I'm
cross
asking
it.
you now. How will you feel if you see that Faysol is contesting for something? How will you feel?
Of course, now, Faysol, you're planning you're now.
No, I'm asking you.
Asking the question.
Just answer the question.
I'm the one that should be answering the
No,
asking the
answer
question.
We are both, we
Now,
are both journalists.
If I
answer that question, how will you feel if you see me
if I
contesting?
see you contesting,
Yeah. Will you like it?
Of course, but that does not mean that I will not call you out if you do anything wrong.
That is where I'm going. So, in as much you are also supporting a fellow journalist, and you see that it's a good thing for a fellow journalist to contest, that means I might contest and be a representative of all the journalists.
Okay. A representative of the people, not the journalists.
The journalists are the people too.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
I know.
journalists are in the side of the people.
Because we're pressed for time. Faysol, let's just move. Because it's for us to see a journalist go into active politics, especially elective position.
Okay.
It's not always that. I mean, for your state, I know we had, or we still have the Lumoka presenter.
Yes, Waheed Akintayo.
Yes, that is in the House of Assembly.
Oliole, I think it's representing.
Yeah, and there was a time also that we had Kolade Olagunju.
Olagunju, yes.
Also.
Akinyele. Yeah.
So, but for appointee, we see journalists take a whole lot of those positions.
Yes.
Now, the question I want to ask is, for a journalist that wants to transition into active politics, what do you consider the appropriate transition in time? Do you feel a journalist should first probably go get appointments first, maybe work with a politician as maybe SA and all of that, then before going into active policies and say, okay, I want to contest? Or do you feel it's okay for a journalist to, from the desk, and say, I want to go into active politics?
All right. There is, to me, in my own opinion, there is no any actual time for you to go into active politics as a journalist.
Okay.
As a journalist, if you start, in my own opinion, if you start from having an appointment first, before you go into active journalism, you might compromise.
Okay.
Because for you to have an appointment, you're already part of the system. So, an appointment is different from an elective office.
Yeah.
So, an appointment, you are working for someone.
You have a boss.
And you have to do everything to please your boss. And if you are doing anything that is not pleasing your boss and it's not okay by you, it's either you resign or you get fired. But if you just chose to transit to, let me just join a political party of my choice, pick a form, contest, luckily you emerged, then you can now feel that thing that you might have been, opposing, or something that you don't understand the system before.
Yeah.
You can feel it. Because the moment you start getting an appointment, there are some people that got appointment that, irrespective of who their boss is, they still do the needful. And when they realize that this thing is not going their way, they resign. But I would say that different things work for different people anyway. But as for me, if I have to be in that shoe, that is the path I'm going to.
Go straight to active politics.
Of course.
And not just go through.
Let me tell you the bitter truth. We are all politicians. Just that we don't show it. Everybody, including you.
I'm not a politician, Faysol.
We are all politicians now.
Okay.
In your house, you are a politician.
But not the politics we are talking about here.
What kind of politics are we talking about?
We're talking about national politics, state politics that has to do with elections.
Politics starts from home. Yes. if you are the husband or the wife or the head of the family, and you can't even play the politics in your house, how will you play the politics outside? If you can't even manage your home, let's start from there. You can't manage your home. You can't manage your junior staffs. You can't manage people. So, all these are politics.
Okay.
All these things are politics.
All right. That's good to know. Now, I'd like to ask you, as we coast home, this question. There are people that have the opinion that journalists, activists that go into politics do not do well. They believe that once they transition into politics, they forget everything they stood for. They forget the fights. They forget what the people really want. They join the bandwagon and they look for a way to color or romanticize what is not good. Maybe the people are not looking at it the right way, or probably they are misunderstanding these people. But quite a number of people would mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, more than 10 people that were probably activists before, they were journalists before, they were on fire when they were in journalism, they were on fire when they were in activism. But the moment they crossed into politics, the moment they began to sit with those as people with the power, in power, they forgot all that they fought for and start to speak with the other side of the mouth. Why do you think that is?
Okay, well, first of all, I don't believe in the word activism. I dislike that word.
So why?
I don't want to use the word it.
Why?
Because to me, in my own opinion, activism is fake.
Fake?
Yes.
And what?
Thank you. Go and look at many activists. Most of them don't even provide solution to what they are fighting for. But I believe in the word advocacy. You can be an advocate. And when you advocate for something, you will let the people in power or arms of affair to know the problem, and you provide the solution. Why doing that? In a civil and peaceful way. That is why many people that I say as activists, when they now go into politics, just like you said, people already know them for, if anything happens, like what we talk, you lambast the government, you lambast this, you lambast that. But it doesn't work that way. But if you want to correct something, first of all, look inward. Hope I'm not in that situation too.
Okay.
Hope I'm not shooting myself in the leg. But instead of doing that in another way, why not advocate? So if people know you as an advocate of anything, they won't pin you down when you go into politics. That is one. Two, I said something earlier that for you to perform or not perform or underperform, it's individual mindset.
Okay.
So for the fact that somebody is a journalist and people expect too much from them, it depends on how you position yourself. Don't, as a journalist, let people know who you are. Don't sit at the fence. And don't do double standard. I said something earlier in our conversation that some journalists painted themselves earlier that they won't have anything to do with politics. They won't have anything to do with any government. And fortunately for them, maybe they got contract, some mudu in the, and this thing's sweet too. They'll now be the one campaigning. Directly or indirectly. Because people already know them for something. And what people know, that will be in their psyche, in their subconscious mind. Evelyn. Evelyn Dubai. Faysol. Advocate la mercy now. Do you understand? So we know you as head advocate. That is why if I should join politics fully, just like you've been foreseeing.
Is it if or when I join I think we should make use of the right proposition. Yeah, let's make use of the right proposition. Is it
Okay.
if I should join politics or when I join politics? Because this source that told me this thing is a very viable source. It's just that I can't be staked. I can't tell my source, and you know why. I mean, as journalists, you should know why I can't reveal my source.
Okay, even if I'm in Abuja, Senate, Rep, or State House of Assembly, I'll still be doing my health program.
Okay.
Because that is what I'm known for. And I can't. So people already know me for that. Even in the midst of we journalists, they always, our doctor. But the moment I now try to want to go into, let's say I want to go into entertainment, or I want to do, no, don't let me say entertainment, I want to do sport.
Yeah.
And I'll say, the way things is going me to, I want to be doing donkey sport, kinikon sport. People be like, why now? I can't enter my money now. So journalists should not do as if they don't have anything to. If you have branded yourself as anti-government, anti-politics, don't wake up tomorrow and say that you want to go into politics or you want to dine with politicians. No, that's where people will come out for you. No, we can't do it that way. So let people know that you are pro masses. You love what is good, what is right, what is okay for people, and if God wish, you can go into politics.
Okay. And so that's the same advice you give to Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat.
Everybody.
Because he's pro-masses. Now people are seeing that he's trying to go into politics. And
I'm just advising generally.
Generally.
Yes, I'm advising myself too.
So with that advice, I'm just thinking, should it be directed to him?
Are you saying or you're asking me?
I mean, I'm asking.
No, it's an advice. Anybody can pick the advice. Yes. Anybody can pick the advice.
Okay.
You can pick it.
All right.
I can pick it. Anybody can pick it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's been a wonderful conversation with you, Faysol, and we've been able to touch on journalism as relating to politics, being behind the news desk, and going into nation building or writing the news and being the news. And I know my source, and I know what my source tells me.
So
It's
what does the
always
source
is
say?
always accurate.
That what?
But we'll wait for that time. We'll cross our fingers and wait for when
I'm going to
Faysol
declare my intention.
Oluwakemi is
I'm
going
running-
to declare his
I'm running
intention.
for an office in 2027, right?
Maybe 2027, maybe 2032. I don't know. But I know that one of these days we'll know where you're headed politically. But I should say that it's an amazing job you're doing with the grassroots.
Thank you very much.
Your health advocacy and the different programs you hold. They say that Nigeria will be built by Nigerians, not just by the leaders. And there is a popular saying that I heard many years ago that if the nation would not be built by the leaders from the top, then the citizens will begin the building from the bottom.
Yes.
In their
Ground
own
to top.
Exactly, in their own different spaces. Faysol Oluwakemi, gentleman of the press, health advocate, a grassroots developer. Thank you so much for coming on Behind Closed
I thought you were about to say aspiring Kinekon.
I know that they will come, but we keep our fingers crossed. When that time comes, definitely we would be inviting you back to this show, and I will tell you I told you so.
But did I deny anything here?
Are you accepting? Are you confirming
That
you're coming out?
and if your source, just like you said, your source is accurate.
Yeah.
That means if you trust your source, so
Is that
be
a
it.
yes? Are you confirming that you're coming out?
Hopefully.
Why are you not saying it at the end of the show, Faysol? Why are you saying it at the end of the show? Sure.
Hopefully.
Huh?
Hopefully.
On the what party?
No, you can't decide yet. But hopefully, Irenitiwa, something good is happening.
Is that your slogan, Irenitiwa?
Yes, Irenitiwa now. Good is us.
Is that your own personal? For
It's my personal slogan.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see some of my writings now, because Yoruba will say akomere eni lakpete midire. Irenitiwa.
Okay.
Ojokojo.
You're not talking like a politician. We got to the end of the show. You started talking like a politician. But I will bring you back on the show, definitely. All right, people. Thank you. It's been an amazing conversation with Faysol. We are definitely going to come back with another person that's going to take us behind closed doors. And we are going to have in-depth conversations about politics and what happens behind closed doors. Things that are not necessarily open to you. and we'll bring people that can give us in-depth insights into what we should know. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. See you when I see you.